Sighs, 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 sighs. Hi everyone, welcome to another Oy'Nissh vlog. Today I am in New Winton and I am revisiting this place, having visited during February where I did a pre-spring vlog. So I am nearing the Winton Castle estate. The Winton Castle estate. In the previous video I told you that this is a private estate where they have function and events for various groups, so it's private access only as it's stated on the gate. But it is apparently a great place, a great getaway for people who want to, relax, have some fun. They have shooting course, assault course, etc. Various stuff. But in the Winton or New Winton area in general, it's good for foraging, and that's the purpose of me visiting. So I'm revisiting some of the foraging grounds that I did visit during the pre-spring vlog. And remember, there were two main wild vegetables that are focused on: ground elder or sighs, but also wild garlic, also called ramson in the UK, but in Oy'Nissh called vuminji. Now the idea is to go and visit to see what size they are and to see if I can forage for some of them. Notice that ground elder do get larger than they are at the moment. They're still quite small, but the idea is to get the new leaves to make menus because the leaves are tender, just sufficient. But also there'll be various sizes of wild garlic plants, wherein some probably will be nearing flowering at the moment and suitable for foraging, but others will come on a little later in the weeks to come, leading up even to the beginning of June. At the time I was unable to find any wild leek or plemunji because I just don't know where in this area there's wild leek. Generally they're supposed to be near water, streams, brooks, deans, etc. But I just cannot find where I could get some. Also, what I didn't highlighted at the time was nettle or armut. So in this video I'm hoping to cover at least 3 of them. That is wild garlic or vuminji, ground elder or sighs, but also nettle or armut. If I do find wild leek on my way back, then I'll do a separate vlog for this. So in the moment I'm projecting for a 3-part series of the Winton Castle Estate area or the New Winton area for foraging. However, it will become a 4-part series if I can find wild leek or plemunji. So journey along with me as I revisit this particular area to see how large the plants have grown as opposed to where they were during February. So thanks again for vlogging with me. And as I said, this area is famous for businesses to do events and so forth. I don't know the full details, but as you can see, the website, everything is online. Maybe one day I'll get to do an assault course there. Obviously, I think it's more corporate events. Nonetheless, hopefully one day I'll be part of some corporation enough to go and do some assault course. But it's a beautiful place, as you can see, absolutely amazing. And I haven't been on it, but I imagine it's well recommended by people. Place of relaxation, and there's just loads of land all the way back there and up that side for various things. So it's a great place, I believe, for for fun and so forth. So I'll be heading up to go forage for these spring vegetables, and see you later. So hello again everyone, welcome to part 1 of the 3-part series regarding foraging in the Winton Castle Estate environment in New Winton, East Lothian. And the first part, in the first part I'll be focusing on ground elder or sias. In February, remember I came to this patch. Actually, in the video, in the description below, I'll leave you a link to the pre-spring vlogs I did regarding wild garlic, ground elder in this environment. What I didn't add was nettle and wild leek, but if I can find wild leek, I'll add it. But there is nettle, so I'll do a vlog on it. So that's the 3-part series. That would complete the 3-part series. Nonetheless, the first in the series, in the description below, there's a link to the pre-spring vlog for sias, where I did this very environment, this place, or ground elder rather. So ground elder in English and sias in Oy'Nissh. This area, the ground elders were a lot smaller. They still have a way to go, but what was missing was that they were still quite young and the young leaves weren't ready to be harvested. Well, not all the young leaves. I'm not here to get all the young leaves, just a bit of it. But pardon me, what I want you to note is the difference, because in the first video in February you could hardly see the ground elder. They were present, but you'd have to look through other leaves and through the foliage, the autumn foliage leaves from last year. Now, as you can see, they're pretty much to the surface now. They're everywhere. Now they've grown to a size where you don't have to look far and you can spot them. See? And right across this region, of course mixed in with other plants, but the ground elder is quite pronounced, or the sias. And this is the type of leaf I'm looking for. Notice how shiny it is, and it's a little darker green as compared to this one. So you've got this one, which is the new leaves, and this one, which is a little older. They will grow a lot larger, you see, but this is what I'm here for. The new leaves, they're good for salads, and I like them in soups. Yes, they can be eaten raw after washing them, obviously, but they're nice in soups too, nearing the end. So let me take you through. As you can see, it's covering the ground now. So as predicted, that March, going into March, now we're in April actually, I even came later, and as I can see, a lot more progress from that time. They're everywhere now. They're no more under the foliage. They've pierced through all the foliage now, and you can see them afar off, which is good, because it means that this region, all this area, is very handy when it comes to foraging for ground elder, because they are just there. You can see them, they're quite obvious. Now, this isn't the only area along the Winton estate that you'll get ground elder. However, if you cross over on the other side also, near in the fields and further back going into the woodlands to where the trillium is, or the mix of vels and arches, as you're heading towards Montgomery, then you'll find loads more ground elder. But for now, because we're here and the objective was to return during spring to see what progress has been made, look at it. So these are the new leaves I'm looking for. See, you can tell them they're a bit darker. The green color is a bit darker and they're shiny. And as you can see, this one, it's still opening. So I leave those ones to open, but there are some that are quite ready. Look here. Loads of older leaves. But they're still small. They get a lot larger than this, you know. The plant itself grows a lot larger and taller. But as you can see, this nice green carpet, so it's a mixture of ground elder and another plant. I don't know the name of that one, but one way of ensuring that you're on the right track to forage for what you actually need is to forage in an area where the plant is dominant. Even if there are two plants that are dominant, it's safe, because at least you're able to identify that the one that you want as opposed to the other. In this area, you can tell there are two dominant plants. Well, they're, from my observation, so you've got the ground elder. Yes, this is ground elder, but you've got this one also, almost like a creeper plant. Here it is again. So this one is quite popular in this area. As you can see, the leaves are quite different. So you can tell that it's safer foraging in this area for ground elder, because chances are it's either that or ground elder that you'll be finding. And because you know what ground elder looks like now, it's easier to distinguish the leaves. See? Look at the leaves compared to the ground elder, which is here. So you have ground elder, look at the leaves compared to this one. There's also this other one. I don't know what this one is, but it's not as much as the other two at the moment. So it's encouraging this way, because it means that it's safer now to forage, because you're less likely to make mistakes and get it wrong and take up some poisonous plant, and then we hear the story that Oy'Nissh gave you wrong information and you end up at the Royal Infirmary, etc. We don't want that, do we? So, right. So I've got my little container here. As you can tell, I never tend to take a lot when I'm foraging. Just sufficient. So I've got my wee container here to put my ground elder, and it's pretty straightforward. It's not like the nettle or stinging nettle that have to use scissors or gloves. For this one, I just pick the new leaves that I need. So I am going to start the foraging process. So here we go. So this is what I do. Look, so just pick this bit. Yes, see, nice and easy. And I can tell by the size of the container, within no time it will be filled, and that's that really. Here's a nice big one. So maybe some of the larger ones will fill up the container quicker than the very small ones. Okay, here we go again. There we go again. You know, this is the part I love with foraging, because when you're in an area where what you need to forage for is in abundance, it's so easy. It's very easy. So when you're choosing to forage, go into an area where you've got lots of it, because it means that you don't have to go far. You know, sometimes you might not be that fortunate. There's still an area that's forageable, but they're sparsely populated, which means that you have to put more effort into your foraging, which is exercise. So don't worry, it's not a loss. Here we go again. See, pretty straightforward. So foraging is not a difficult process, you see, and it's good exercise, you know. Okay, let me just take. So notice I keep moving around. I don't stay in one area and pick everything in one, the new leaves in one area. I move around, which is good, you know. I tend to do that when I forage for wild garlic too. Yeah. I'm getting there. That's that. Go to another area. Okay. I'm spoiled for choices. I'm like, okay, where do I start? Here's a nice big juicy one. Look at this. Ooh. Almost look like marijuana. Shh. Because they're going to say, oh, it's Jamaican Marijuana Association. No. People, this is grown elder. It's not marijuana. So do not call the police. Actually, call the police and we can go forage together, I guess. He'll be delighted. It's good for his health. Police need to live healthy too. So they need to come and forage for grown elder too. Yep. So summon them. Okay. Let's get some more grown elder. Yep. Here's another one. Yeah. You see how quick it's filling up? So as you can see when I go foraging, especially for things like grown elder, I don't take any big container because I don't need all that. I guess it depends on the size of your family. Because I'm just taking for myself, I don't need a lot, you know. And I'm not even scratching the surface of this area in terms of foraging for grown elder. I'm not even doing damage really. Chances are they'll grow old and wither away during autumn, I guess, or summer, because no one seemed to come and forage for them anywho. So I guess they're just happy to see me. Oy'Nissh, the Oy'Nissh. Yep, because they know that there's some marinade or some soup coming in the works, and they'll be delighted to feel useful in 2023. Do you want your grown elder to feel useful in your area, wherever you are in Scotland or East Lothian or the UK? Let them feel useful. Use them up. I'm sure there are people across the UK who use them for salads. You know, I'm not the only one out foraging for grown elder. I'm sure you have some Scots using them for maybe other stuff, maybe alcohol. I don't know, but I'm sure people have ingenious ideas for using their legal marijuana. It does in a sense, the young plants almost look like marijuana. That's why sorry, I'm laughing because I know it's funny, because being Jamaican, maybe the first thing that people going to sort of associate with it, oh, marijuana. It does look a little bit like marijuana, doesn't it? But people in YouTube land tell the police. I think that's what they say in Scotland. The police. It's ground elder. Can you imagine if it was all marijuana? There'll be security services around here to shoot you off the property. I was talking about money if that was the case. But as you can see, not a soul care about the ground elder. It doesn't carry the same value as marijuana. So they're delighted to be picked for purpose, and Oy'Nissh is here to do so. See it? My container is already full. Look, I don't know much more I can get into it. Maybe just a few more leaves and that's that. There you go, see? And that's the ground elder. There you go. As you can see, a small container of it. That's all. That's all I need. And that's the foraging vlog for the ground elder or size. So as you can see, a lot more progress as opposed to the last one. They're a lot larger. It's just better size. But as I said, the plants do get larger than this. With more rainfall and time, by next month, they'll be a lot larger than this. But they'll be harder. So that's the thing, you know. Thank you for watching part 1 in the 3-part series of the foraging vlog in the Winton Estate area. As I said, I'm just fulfilling the promise I made to return during spring, having done the pre-spring vlog during February, and here is the result. Larger ground elder, but also a lot more pronounced on the ground as opposed to February when they were just piercing through the foliage. All these bugs. Yeah, so thanks again everyone, and I'll see you in part 2 of the vlog where I go foraging for nettle. God bless.